Good evening. We're coming on the air right now because President Trump is set to address the nation, his first primetime speech from the Oval Office. It comes on this 18th day of a government shutdown, the second longest in our history. At the heart of the stalemate, President Trump's campaign promised to build a wall along our border with Mexico. All through his run for the White House, Trump promised that Mexico would pay for the wall from his very first speech at Trump Tower. But now, he's refusing to sign legislation that would fund 9 of 15 federal departments, dozens of agencies, unless Democrats agree to more than $5 billion in taxpayer funding to start building that barrier. And with neither side budging, the shutdown is starting to bite. National parks closed, other programs curtailed, some 800,000 federal employees furloughed or working for free. Paychecks set to go out Friday will not be delivered. The president's going to speak about 8 minutes, expected to argue that a wall is needed to combat a national security and humanitarian crisis at the border. Then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and the top Democrat in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, will respond for the Democrats. Here now, the president.
My fellow Americans, tonight I am speaking to you because there is a growing humanitarian and security crisis at our southern border. Every day, Customs and Border Patrol agents encounter thousands of illegal immigrants trying to enter our country. We are out of space to hold them, and we have no way to promptly return them back home to their country. America proudly welcomes millions of lawful immigrants who enrich our society and contribute to our nation. But all Americans are hurt by uncontrolled illegal migration. It strains public resources and drives down jobs and wages. Among those hardest hit are African Americans and Hispanic Americans. Our southern border is a pipeline for vast quantities of illegal drugs, including meth, heroin, cocaine, and fentanyl. Every week, 300 of our citizens are killed by heroin alone, 90% of which floods across from our southern border. More Americans will die from drugs this year than were killed in the entire Vietnam War. In the last 2 years, ICE officers made 266,000 arrests of aliens with criminal records, including those charged or convicted of 100,000 assaults, 30,000 sex crimes, and 4,000 violent killings. Over the years, thousands of Americans have been brutally killed by those who illegally entered our country, and thousands more lives will be lost if we don't act right now. This is a humanitarian crisis, a crisis of the heart and a crisis of the soul. Last month, 20,000 migrant children were illegally brought into the United States, a dramatic increase. These children are used as human pawns by vicious coyotes and ruthless gangs. 1 in 3 women are sexually assaulted on the dangerous trek